Good day, fellow observers. Today we're going to do a marshal's test for version 13.2.1. It's gonna be a 19-minute drive, 4.2 miles. Let me activate FSD. Okay, FSD activated and it was able to get out. So now we are at a stop and okay, I don't think, yeah, we're good. I was about to say I don't think there are any issues for blind spots because I could see clearly from...
In 500 feet, turn left onto Jamaica Avenue.
See on my left and right, yep.
Now turn left onto Jamaica Avenue.
Okay, so we will have green soon, and now we do. Okay, so I'm gonna press the accelerator here. So we have a pedestrian that was on the phone trying to cross, but it's not
Now go right onto Hollis Avenue.
Crosswalk didn't have like an okay for it to cross. So now I'm gonna press brakes here because there's a lot of crossing people and I didn't feel FSD stopping, so I think it would have stopped though, but it would be like closer to them, so I just don't want to be causing any, how do you say it, like worry from their end, so that's why I disengage. Okay, so we are now reactivated. FSD is continuing.
In 500 feet, turn left onto 99th Avenue.
The advance, and now we have a green light here. Let's see if we can make it. Okay, good.
Now turn left onto 99th Avenue.
So we are waiting for a window here. There's an oncoming Jeep, but I don't think we'll make it. Okay, so now we can't, but the thing is too, we have a red arrow and we will soon have, nope, not yet. Okay, so now we have a green light and green arrow, I mean. And we have a green light here, so we continue to advance. And there is this person here on the right side. Okay, good. FSD is not bothered by that, so that's good. And it went on a hump, and that's good. Okay, so we have a green light now. Okay, good. Alright, we have a truck here that has a trailer, and FSD is veering to the left, so that's good. That is a consistent behavior for FSD even before version 13. Okay, so we are at a stop here. Alright, so my camera died and the pedestrian just crossed, and then we crossed the hallway. Okay, so we advance here, and good adjustment by FSD because the SUV is turning left, and since FSD is going straight, then it just passed over it.
In 500 feet, turn left to stay on 99th Avenue. Now turn left to stay on 99th Avenue.
Okay, so we're crossing on Allway here. It is our turn, and now we advance. Okay, it's a bit busy on this coming Allway. Alright, no, it's not busy anymore. We know who has the right of way.
In 500 feet, bear right to stay on 99th Avenue.
Okay, good. Now I see, alright, FSD adjusting to this car on hazard. And also slowing down here. Very nice. Very nice.
Now bear right to stay on 99th Avenue.
Okay, and so we turn right here. It is a right of way, but there's this SUV that stopped over the crossing of Allway, and I was observing if FSD will give up the right of way, so it did not, so that's good. Okay, good speed here. Just enough speed to advance and at the same time be cautious and not overly too slow. So good adjustment here, slowing down further, squeezing into the space.
In 500 feet, turn right onto Hempstead Avenue.
Good. And there's a car here. Okay, good. Giving way for this turning SUV. Now this SUV, I think, okay, so we are just waiting for this SUV to move. Okay, good.
Now turn right onto Hempstead Avenue.
Okay, good stop at an Allway. Now giving way for that SUV. And now we make a right here. So we have a clear path. Okay, good. Good. Okay, good adjustment here for this SUV stopped on the right lane. And now we are on the left lane. And we have a green, so we are going to advance. So we have a green light up ahead. We should be moving shortly. Alright, good. Okay, good. Okay, so FSD is giving way for these merging SUV. I mean, just one. And then, let's see. Okay, will it stop? Okay, good. It is continuing to move forward. Okay, so we advance. And I think we'll be crossing several greens here.
In 500 feet, bear left onto Hempstead Turnpike.
Yes, we are already at the bear left, but yeah, I've been just commenting every time I test. It will say that, but
Now
we
bear left
already are.
onto Hempstead Turnpike.
Now we have a green light and we are advancing now. Time check, we are 5 minutes away, 1 mile. And good slow down here for this merging SUV. Cross a green light and we're crossing this one too. Okay, good lane change. I do think FSD will just try to pass over this SUV. Not sure what's the word, pass by, overtake. Then I do think we're going to make a left. Let's see if my prediction is right. Or, okay, so it might stay here until close to the destination. Okay, good. Okay, good. Now we advance.
In 500 feet, turn left.
Okay, good. Now we are at the left turn lane.
Now turn left.
Alright, we have a window here. Okay, no, not yet. Okay, good. FSD is advancing and now seeing a window, it's turning.
In 500 feet, your destination will be on the right.
Then good switch here to the right side. Now let's see when let's see where FSD will. So I disengaged there. Okay, so that was disengagement. Now I have to say though, although I disengaged, that vehicle where it came
Now
from,
your destination is on the right.
it is actually a blind spot because it is hard to see if there's a car there up until you've crossed the stop from where we were. So I'll kind of give a bit of grace to FSD because even myself, that even is a bit of a challenge for me. So okay, so now it's not going to the right side, and I was observing where it will go and seeing if FSD will go to the back of the building, but it did not, so I think that's good. Now let me just give my takeaways. So we started off parked by the hydrant, and FSD was able to get out of the spot, and then once it crossed on the stop, which is good, and FSD was able to check left and right traffic. That's what I was also checking, and I didn't see anything, so that was good. And then it crossed, turned left to Jamaica after a green light, and made a right to Hollis. Now the thing is, there were several people that were crossing after we crossed Hollis, but I felt FSD didn't slow down at the time that I would have slowed down, so I disengaged by pressing the brakes, and I drove manually to pass through that section of the drive. It's just to be on the safe side, and I was being cautious. After that, FSD was able to advance, and on green was able to make a left to 99th Avenue, I do believe. And after a green arrow, and then we had a green light and crossed again and went over a hump. Now FSD also was good at not being disturbed by a pedestrian, not really a pedestrian, but I think a person who is doing something in a car, and it opened the left passenger door of the car, because sometimes FSD stops for that, and so FSD did not for this earlier case, so that's good. And then went straight, and we crossed an all-way where there was a crossing pedestrian, but my camera died, but you didn't catch the stop, so FSD just stopped and then wait for the human to cross, and then we went ahead. After that, we crossed a light, and then we had the several all-ways. The first all-way there was good. It stopped reasonably, and also was able to go to the second all-way stop, and FSD was able to recognize its cue, who has the right-of-way. Now, in addition, FSD also didn't stop like on the spot. It didn't stop awkwardly. As a matter of fact, it just went straight, and I think that's good when there are several cars that are on the all-way. And then after that, we went to the next all-way, and FSD was able to keep the right-of-way. There was a car on the left side that came second, and it went over the horizontal line, so I thought FSD would stop, but good thing that it did not. It preserved the right-of-way, which is good. And so FSD went on a slight right, and then went straight ahead, adjusted to a turning SUV, and it was a bit of a busy section where there are oncoming cars, but the roads were narrow, so FSD was able to squeeze in and find a path to go through, so that's good. Then FSD went for an all-way and gave way to a vehicle SUV on the right, and then it crossed the all-way stop. After that, it made a right to Hempstead Tpke and adjusted to a stopped SUV on the right lane, so FSD went to the left lane and continued straight, and there were several red lights there. FSD was able to wait and advance and go through, and then we had that bare left to Hempstead Tpke, but we were already on bare left, so I just want to point that out. Then we headed straight and crossed several green lights, and then we actually adjusted to a vehicle along Hempstead Tpke. I'm not sure which was, I think on close to here there was a car that was, I think it was turning, or it's just slow, that FSD went over to the right lane and passed the car, and then eventually went back to the left lane. Now close to here, FSD was able to move to the left turn lane and made a turn once it was clear, and FSD was able to see the oncoming SUV before making that left turn, so that was good. And then once it saw clear, it made a left here, then switched to the right lane, and FSD was able to cross this stop. However, there was this oncoming car from the right, and that was a bit of a blind spot, and FSD was awkwardly on the intersection. It already passed the point of no return, where even if it stopped, it would still block the car that was on the right. So I just pressed the accelerator. No, I didn't press the accelerator. I pressed the brakes and then accelerated myself, and then we are here. So also FSD didn't try to go back to the back of Marshall's building, so that's good. Now overall, this is a smooth drive, but there are cases where I have to be very cautious, especially with the crossing people, and when I don't feel like FSD is slowing down at the time that I wanted to, and I'm kind of iffy about that, so I just disengaged. And then also on blind spots, that's a thing that also exists even if I'm driving. So you know, if you're using FSD, please keep an eye on blind spots and make sure that when FSD makes a turn or cross, that you're able to confirm that it is on clear. So those are all my takeaways for this test, and if you find this video helpful or of value, please like and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. Bye.